Hello everyone! Today I'm going to share one of the most important skills a person or an academic writer has to develop. This is summarizing. What is a summary? It is used to determine the essential ideas in a book, article, story, movie, any kind of text, etc. So we highlight the words essential ideas. What are these essential ideas? Essential ideas include the gist or main idea, useful information, keywords that help you meet your reading purposes. Why is summarizing an important skill? It's important because it helps you deepen your understanding of the text. Learn to identify relevant information or key ideas. Combine details or examples that support the main idea. Another, concentrate on the gist or main idea and keywords presented in the text. Capture the key ideas in the text and put them together clearly and concisely. What is not summarizing? What is not the characteristic or a characteristic of summarizing? First, write down everything. So when you write everything word by word, that is not summarizing. Write down incoherent and irrelevant ideas. Write down personal opinions and background knowledge. The following are guidelines in summarizing. So, what do we consider when we write a summary? These are the following guidelines. First, clarify your purpose before you read. It is important to clarify your purpose before you read so that you will know what to take down notes and you will also know what to focus on the text that you're reading. Next is read the text and understand the meaning. Locate the main idea of the text. You should also know how to annotate the text. So annotation can be done by putting marks on the text, most especially if the text that you're reading is printed, or if you own the book, or if you have photocopied the text, so you can write marks on it. So what would be the examples of these marks? So we can write notes on the text. We can underline important information. We can also encircle words which we think are important when summarizing. Next is write all the key ideas and phrases you identified on the margins or on your notebook in bullet or outline form. So you can outline information on your notebook. Identify the connections of these ideas using a concept map. So after outlining, we can also identify the connections of these ideas we have written using concept map. Another is list your ideas in sentence form in a concept map. Next, combine the sentences into paragraph. Ensure that you do not copy a single sentence from the original text. Refrain from adding comments or interpretation about the text. Edit the draft of your summary by eliminating redundant ideas. Compare your output with the original text to ensure accuracy. Record the details of the original source, such as author's name, date of publication, title, publisher, place of publishing, URL if it's online, and lastly, format your summary properly. Moving on, we have the formats in summarizing. So there are three formats. First, we have the idea heading format, and it means that the summarized idea comes before the citation. While author heading format, the summarized idea comes after the citation. And for date heading format, in this format, the summarized idea comes after the date when the material was published. Let's take a look of the example of idea heading format. Benchmarking is a useful strategy that has the potential to help public officials improve the performance of local services by Falls 2000 and Ammons 2001. Once the practice of a particular city is benchmarked, it can be a guidepost and the basis for the other counterparts to improve its own. So, in this example, we can see that the idea was written first before writing the citation. And that is what idea heading format means. It means that we should write first the idea before the citation. So the idea here is about benchmarking, and of course the citation is Falls 2000 and Ammons 2001. Let's proceed to the example of author heading format. The study of Kabilan, Ahmad, and Abidin 2010 shows that the students perceive Facebook as an online environment to expedite language learning, specifically English. Dunmus 2010 asserts that educational games on Facebook fecundate learning process and make students' learning environment more engaging. So in this example, we can notice that the authors were written first before the citation. So we see Kabilan, Ahmad, Abidin, and the idea that follows. It shows that the students perceive FB as an online environment to expedite language learning, specifically English. Next, we have the example of date heading format. So, on the other hand, active participation of the citizens in development contributes to a sound and reasonable government decisions. In their 2004 study on the impact of participatory development approach, Irvin and Stansbury argue that participation can be valuable to the participants and the government in terms of the process and outcomes of decision making. So, in the example for date heading format, we can see here 2004, which is the date when the study was conducted. So the date was written first before sharing the result of the study, which is that participation, according to Irvin and Stansbury, participation can be valuable to the participants and the government in terms of the process and outcomes of decision making. So let's practice summarizing. Let's see examples here. So we have here nursery rhyme, and actually this is a song. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout, down came the rain and washed the spider out. Up came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the itsy bitsy spider climbed up the spout again. So how many lines do we have here? There are 8 lines. And how can we summarize this? Let's see. So, a spider fell but got up again. How about this next example? Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to give her poor dog a bone, but when she got there, the cupboard was bare, and so the poor dog had none. Let's see. We can summarize this by saying a woman had no food to feed her dog. How about this example? A penny for your thoughts? If it's a 1943 copper penny, it could be worth as much as $50,000. In 1943, most pennies were made out of steel since copper was needed to World War II. So, the 1943 copper penny is ultra rare. Another rarity is the 1955 double die penny. These pennies were mistakenly double stamped, so they have overlapping dates and letters. If it's uncirculated, it would be easily fetched $25,000 at an auction, Now, that's a pretty penny. So this is quite long, no? There are 2 paragraphs here. Now, how can we summarize this? Let's see answers. We have here, the text is about pennies. So this answer here is incorrect. Why incorrect? Because this response is too short and it does not include key ideas. How about the next answer? The 1943 copper penny is worth a lot of money. Copper was hard to get during the war, so there aren't many of them. The 1955 double-die penny is worth a lot too. These pennies were stamped twice on accident. So, this is incorrect. Why is it incorrect? Because there's too much unnecessary stuff and main idea is not clear. Let's see this one. This text is about 2 very rare and valuable pennies, the 1943 copper penny and the 1955 double-die penny. So, this is now the correct response because it includes key information, it doesn't include unnecessary information, and it's expressed in a complete sentence. So, after discussing the meaning of summarizing, the guidelines on how to summarize, and also after presenting you few examples, I think you're now ready to answer our activities. So, for you to answer the activities, you have to check the activities in our Google Classroom. Okay, so for supplemental video, you can visit this link. And for our references, we have English for Academic Writing by Dr. Jesse S. Barat and Philip Chan F. Sipacio. And also we have https slideplayer.com slide 3160887/. So let's call it a day. Thank you so much for watching. See you in our next lesson. Bye.